Constance here with Charming Custom Crafts here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I have a little special treat for you for the gift of being grand this month. There's a couple days I don't have anything. I was hoping my followers were. If you guys have something, I'll be more than happy to put it on for the next couple days. Next month, October 1st, starts 31 Days of Spook. I've been doing it for about 7 years. Anyway, today's a little bit of a teaching lesson because this is something my mom showed me, I think back in December when I went home for my Mawmaw's funeral. So this was something she learned as a child. Because it's a new technique on flowers, but it's an old school style. So you're trying to figure out why I got rupee here. We're going to find out here in a minute. But this is something that my mom re-taught me. She re-taught me how to do this before I left this last time, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this when I get home. So I'm going to share how I've made mine, and I don't want to show you the sample until the end because I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's going to be per person how they want to finish it off. So I'm going to teach you how to use and make a flower using this. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these off. Though my son's not going to be too happy because I'm going to make him put them up. So we're going to take the pop out of the rings. Try not to totally stretch them. So this is usually I make my kids cut them up, even every slight hole, because I worry about animals, even in the wild. You never know, even with trash, what will happen to animals with these things. So I'm trying not to, this one's not like me so much. And then I'm on my last one. I had another one put over it, I don't know where I put it. So, I did make you a sample, but my grandmother used to make these flowers because one, she didn't have the money for silk and she didn't care for them because they'd fade. And two, because it just was easier sometimes in places where she was. So we have this. You can use any kind of stick, floral stick, shish kebab stick, metal stick. You can, if you need be, use a shank cutters, a pair of scissors. For me, for my convenience, I use my eyelet puncher. The other stuff I will get to, and I'm going to stick these over because there's a different way that my grandmother did them. This is a level 1 for anybody who wants to have their children do it, but it's a good project even with Halloween coming up. So you're just going to cut these all apart. We're going to cut this piece off. We're going to split them apart. We're going to get rid of that. You guys know how I like to do live, so you can see where it bends up in the middle. Just going to split it there. Do the same thing on this middle piece, and again here. I have made a mess today, and I have just a little bit of stuff left on me. Thank God I'm going to get my nails done today. So, it's almost a month since I had my nails done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down. We're going to get to those. Now this might be a little segmented because I don't think you want to watch me cut these down, but I will do one. Oh, hell with it. You guys miss me. I miss you guys. So now that they're all cut apart, we're going to sit and trim these. If it's got a slight edge to it, it's not a big deal, but my mom called these hyantharia, and I cannot pronounce that correctly. But I have been playing with it, and I found that you can make several different types of flowers like this. Now, at this point, I'm going to stop just real quick. You're not going to see it, but just a second, so you guys don't have to see me cut them off. So that's going to be it for just... I have them all cut and ready to go. So I wanted to share with you, once you get them all trimmed out the way you want them. Now, you can use a pair of scissors for once you get to the side ends. You can put a little slit in it, or, you know, if you have an eyelet cutter, I found using the smaller piece here and just popping holes down at the bottom of each end so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's kind of clear, so I apologize. I'm trying to show, you know, pop it right there, right there. So you got a hole already there. So you guys can see that. I hope you can. You probably see it better. All right, and then you're going to do the other end, and for short purposes, when I went ahead and trimmed them, I went ahead and did the other ones. So I have all of them with holes. Now, this is where your shish kebab, your floral stick, whatever you want to use. So I no longer need these. And I apologize for my mat, but I have not been using my my desk over here. This is my work table. So you're just gonna, you can do them either way. You can put the holes on each side depending on how fat you want the flower. Again, this is old school style, so I'm just gonna pop it through the hole. And again, this is for school teachers out there, this is a great project for you too. So you can do it to where it bends any which way you'd like. For my purposes for this video, I'm doing it sort of fast for you. If you can see, one layer is already on. You can bunch it up, make it a short stubby flower. There's several different looks and flowers you can get from this. You can see it starting to form. If you have the bigger plastic, sure you can make more of a rose, but this is a good way, and it's a good project for teachers with kids because there's a lot of different ways that you can make these flowers. Again, this is my grandmother's old way, and my mom kept telling me, hey, it's great for this month, and I'm like, okay. She was right, because I have the stuff at home, so I'm gonna push that over. I think I keep going off to the left here. So they're gonna be a little bit crazy, and it's okay, because you can twist them a little bit as you finish it. And then again, no flower is the same, and depending on what you're making it from, you're gonna like what I decided to make this one with. You can twist them different ways. Again, this is recyclable project. You guys know that I have a philosophy: recycle, repurpose, reuse. I have been doing that for years. I grew up doing that, so you can already see that the flower is forming more and more. You can put as many layers as you would like on this. To me, it kind of reminds me of wisteria too. So if you have some sharp edges that you didn't get all of it on, go ahead and put those towards the center when you're cutting or punching holes. Now again, this is just real simple. And then, of course, you can spread them out or bunch them up, okay? And you can do them different ways. You can do that. Now, my grandmother used to spray paint them. And that's so that they always stayed rich and bright. And when they started to fade, she'd either take them down and she'd re-spray paint them or make more, because there was always plastic lying around like this, even back in the day. Again, as I explained, this was something, now if you stretch it out, it looks more like Hythesia. Okay, guys, forget it. I'm not even going to try. But again, it kind of reminds me of wisteria if you made them smaller and smaller and smaller, which you could. You don't have to have them still in a ring. You can kind of do two ways, or you can cut it in half, and then you can do where you want the petals better. Now, me, I don't have any spray paint anymore because I don't own a house, and I left all my spray paint at the house. Because with moving, we're not allowed to carry that stuff anyway. They get rid of it. They won't take it. But at the same time, I did mine a little different. I thought, well, what am I going to do? Because I don't have spray paint anymore. And the sprays, the color sprays won't work. You could, however, for those teachers out there, if you get acrylic paint, you can have the kids do the flowers the way they want and just dip it down in there and shake it loose. Or they could dip it in different areas, you know, half this, half that, and then down dip, however, and then, you know, they can have it, shake it out. They can have a little fun with it. Now, me, however, I bunched this one up. I'm gonna leave this one bunched up. And I'm going to take a minute just for my purposes, and I'm going to stop here and go put a piece of hot glue here, a little bit of hot glue so that it doesn't fall apart, because this one's totally different than the last one I made, but just so that it has an end cap. And because it's so tight up underneath here, you don't have to, but you're welcome to. You could decorate the end of the stick, and I'm going to show you that. Just hold on just a sec. It's going to go real fast for you. So I put just a little bit of the hot glue, as you see there, just so it doesn't slide off. Now, you don't have to. When it comes to kids, you don't even have to do that. You can probably take a piece of putty, like Play-Doh for the kids, and just leave it at that. Again, this is for a beginner and anybody else. Let me see if I can get rid of the pipe here that's showing. Not really, it's my holder. So what I did is I just took basic spray, and if you give me a second, I'm going to spray it real quick, because I can't do that with a camera, especially with my phone. So I'm going to spray as much as I can into the crevices without putting too much. And if you can see, I did spray it. Any kind of spray adhesive you can do. So you can use any kind of glitter. So what I'm going to do, and this is kind of fun, I'm using this one. I would show you what my fingers look like. But this is the fine long green glitter. And I have it in a bag, and I left it in a bag because I was going to share with you how to do this, and I'm going to show you which one it is. This is that like confetti one. Actually comes out pretty. Now this one for me, as I was making this one, you can stop after this one or you can leave it. So I just put it in the bag and I'm just going to shake it. This one comes out to be a really fuzzy flower if you use this. And these are great. Now think about doing stems for your Christmas tree rather than to buy them. You guys probably, if you're crafters, already have glitter around your house. It's not hard to find it. It's pretty cheap, inexpensive. Now what I'm doing is shaking it off in the bag so you can see how pretty it is just with the way it looks the way it is. Now I had a little more fun with it and I did multiple layers. And I'm going to show you guys that. So I'm going to use the chunky white. I'm going to spray it again, but I want to open this up again. I have made a mess today. My husband's probably going to be pretty pissed off, to be honest. Oh well. Yeah, oh well. So you guys can see. I want you to see how pretty it is. Spiky. So I'm going to spray it again away from the camera here. And I'm going to put it in. Now I'm going to make this one more white than the other way, because the one I'm going to show you, my sample, I think my grandma would be proud. My mom has no idea how I've done it, and I'm going to be sending it to her. Now again, I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to put it in here. I did different layers. I think I did 3 or 4 layers on the one that I will show you at the end, or close to the end, whenever I do it. Okay, so you get the look of both, and I'm going to shake it here. I don't want it everywhere. I have it everywhere. And look how pretty that is. So you get that multi-layer thing. And again, when it dries, you can move it however you wish. It gets that chunky stuff. Again, so think about doing your Christmas tree. Now, that's not the only thing. Try the black and the gold and the orange and the red for Halloween. I took it a step farther. And since I kind of have it at a winter theme, think how beautiful this would be for a wedding. This is the fun part, because you can customize all your stuff and the picks and stuff to go everywhere. So I'm going to spray it one more time. Now again, this is not necessary. For those that are a little bit more adventurous like me, probably shouldn't have put too much on it. But again, if you just left it like that, you can put the snow on it if you wanted to. Now I'm going to put this in with this glitter. And it's a winter glitter. I have used it on several projects here lately. I don't generally put glitter on projects. And I'm going to shake this up a little better. Again, I think about all the stuff that I bought over the years. I'm going to shake it more with air. About all the projects I've done over the years and paid for this stuff. And I mean, I remember these, but I just, you know, you remember things and you forget. Now look at that. I took it a step further with sequins, and you're going to have sequins that come off. But if you let it dry and put a centerpiece in it here, then you have a beautiful little project. And then again, you can wrap whatever you want down the pole. But my my grandmother would make them real long. So you can do multi-layers, different flowers as you want. Of course, this wouldn't totally hold up to water, but if you had a little cover over your little flower boxes in the front, it'd be gorgeous. But think about stretching this out and doing different things for your Christmas, your Halloween. It's coming. This is a great little project. So this one, I'll probably finish off later for my mother, but I'm not in a real hurry to send it. But I do have to make sure that I seal these bags, because when I do the bags, I usually punch a hole in the other end and just put them back in the containers. This time I'm just going to stick them back in as is, because I'll probably use them for projects again. Now on this project, I ended up taking my leftover, and this is called Snow Mesh. To me, when I bought it, I did a front door wreath and for beach. So I thought this looked the way I did it, and I do have it on a video, I don't know when, back in the spring I think, that I thought it looked like maybe waves of water coming up. Now I had some leftover pieces. This is about the same size that I've already used, and I think this came out beautiful. I had a little fun with it. I think it might shock my mom that I made a boutonniere. For those who have winter weddings, I did make a boutonniere with this whole technique, and this is with some scraps and leftovers I had. And again, I used this mesh, and I just added some winter ribbons that had sparkle in it, some extra ribbons. In the back I have this acrylic snowflake that already had glitter on it that I bought. Put some bead sprays in it. I also have some acrylic beads actually in it that look kind of wintry like ice. And again, I put that on the back. So all somebody has to do is just put, and I'm trying to show how pretty this is. I don't have any paper now. I mean, with getting home, I haven't got it out. But I'll do it in pictures so you can see it better. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. All I need to do is a large stick pin in it for somebody for a winter formal. You know, somebody's going to be going to church. It's beautiful. This one I stretched out a little bit more. The ones that my mom made were about this long in total. She said you just keep adding to it depending on the size of the flower. So I wrapped it, and I had all that stuff in it. Used a little hot glue and some leftovers. And it came out gorgeous. Some extra ribbon, and I suck at bows, so I apologize. But anyway, I hope you liked the little project and the little lesson today. Enjoy, guys. Bye.